Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The Washington, D.C. medical examiner says South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham likely died of a tear in his aorta. A statement from Graham's office says the examiner found the tear happened because of Graham's cardiovascular disease. Graham's office said earlier this morning that he had died Saturday night of a brief and sudden illness. The four-term senator had just turned 71 2 days earlier. Welcome to News 13 at 10. I'm Mark Liverman. Tonight, people are mourning the loss of one of South Carolina's influential political figures. Here's more on his life and time in office.
If you want to have more accountability, count me in.
Lindsey Graham served South Carolina in the U.S. Senate for more than 2 decades after first being elected in 2002. Prior to that, he represented the state's 3rd congressional district in the U.S. House and served in the South Carolina General Assembly.
If you want a more modern border, we need money to do it.
Graham became one of the nation's most prominent Republican voices on national security and foreign policy. He recently returned from Ukraine, where he had long pushed for continued U.S. military and humanitarian aid.
Boundaries no longer matter if you can rewrite boundaries by the force of arms.
Over the course of his career, Graham chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee and later the Senate Budget Committee, playing a major role in high-profile Supreme Court confirmations. Graham's relationship with President Trump evolved from sharp critic to a close ally in Congress.
President Trump had to take action. I think Iran was just weeks away from having enough material to make 8 to 10 nuclear bombs.
Tributes have poured in from leaders across the U.S. and around the world, praising his decades of public service. Under South Carolina law, Governor Henry McMaster will appoint a temporary replacement while the state prepares for a special Republican primary to fill the seat in August. And Graham's office says his family's asking for privacy during this difficult time, but there are many paying tribute and sharing their reactions to the news. President Trump tells CNN he spoke with Graham on the phone just last night, saying Graham sounded tired.
Well, it's devastating. I thought he was fine. He called me last night. He just got back from Ukraine, and he had a great trip. He was telling me about the trip. He was pushing very, very hard. You probably know he wanted to do the Save America Act that he was talking about that. He was full of vim and vigor. He was tired. He said, "I'm tired," because it's a long trip. But other than that, he was fine.
The comments come after the president posted about Graham's death on Truth Social, calling him one of the greatest people and senators that he has ever known. The post says, quote, "He was always working and was a true American patriot. Lindsey will be greatly missed."